Alright then, let's talk about it.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, people, what's poppin'? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Chances are, if you're a Chelsea fan, I guess largely you are. Chelsea returned to Wembley despite drawing Man City in the semi-final. We saw an old-timer in the FA Cup, didn't we? I bet a lot of you enjoyed that, watching Klopp whinge, lose his mind, start calling reporters fat, which I think is an absolute disgrace, by the way. And the Jurgen Klopp farewell tour is descending into chaos quite wonderfully. Look, man, when Anthony dunks on you with his weaker foot on the deck near post, like that is like through the looking glass stuff. If you let that happen to your team, you're a disgrace. Look, Chelsea have got our own problems. We're going to get into it today. I do want to talk about the big Raheem Sterling discussion. Chelsea football Twitter and all Chelsea social media is riddled with abuse for Raheem Sterling. Is it fair? Is it the way to go? Are the Chelsea fans right to express their displeasure with an underperforming, very expensive asset? Well, we'll talk about it today. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you want to support the content, you're welcome to. All you got to do is drop a like and subscribe. If you subscribe, I recommend that you hit the bell notifications icon so you get notified when I upload. And it means a lot, guys. I see your support. Thank you. Alright then, let's get into it. So, before we do get into the main topic of today, Raheem Sterling, a couple of things. I do want to say the FA Cup game was absolutely sensational for Manchester United. I did react to it on the second channel, Football Yannick. But wow, an incredible, it was like an all-timer. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And also, it means Liverpool are no longer in the FA Cup. Now, I, like many of you, have intense PTSD, trauma of facing Liverpool at Wembley. It's done. In fact, we're facing Man City. That might be the end of the road for us, but we won't face Liverpool. And like I said in the intro, it was really funny to watch Klopp's mind unravel. I mean, he's abused so many reporters over the last, 5 or 6 years. He always gets away with it. But to call that guy fat for asking, like, a regular question is genuinely disgraceful, by the way, and I will not miss that just really unpleasant, unsavoury behaviour from a senior elite manager like that. Anyway, Klopp can do one. Let's move on. Of course, Chelsea won't play Liverpool because we've drawn Manchester City in the semi-final. Of course, that will be played at Wembley. Now, many Chelsea fans have thought, oh no, why couldn't we have Coventry? Manchester United got Coventry. It's so unfair. We got to play Man City. Nonsense, I say. It's a semi-final at Wembley. You're going to play a good team. And you're going to need to beat a good team. Odds are you would have need to have got past Man City anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how things are. Or Liverpool, and I'm terrified of Liverpool. So in my head, I wanted to face Man City at some point. If you beat them in the semi, you got a United or Coventry, let's be real, Man United in the final. Now, if you said to me earlier, Jan, who would you rather play in a domestic cup final? Liverpool or Manchester United? Yes, we rarely beat Man United anymore, but I'd choose Man United. Also, bro, we're like one of the only teams, if not the only team in the Prem, that Manchester City haven't beaten this season. 2 draws. We can play Man City. Don't you worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Who knows if Coventry could beat Man United. I mean, if somehow Coventry get, they beat Wolves, and, if Wolves beat Man United, you wouldn't be surprised on a random day. Coventry beat them, so if they beat Man United, I know that would be like a historic result at Wembley, but stranger things have happened. Anyway, people need to stop whinging about drawing Man City and also take a sobering reminder of how we got to this semi-final against Man City, the draws we have. And also, look at the League Cup. We've literally moonwalked to the League Cup final with exclusively home draws against easier teams. And we've done pretty much the same in the FA Cup, all home draws. And yeah, every single one was you'd expect Chelsea to win. It's good that he's done it. Pochettino's right to say, look, 9 months into the project, Wembley twice in 2 competitions. Some sort of gymnastics are being done there, but you can't take that away from Poch. That is true, but we were expected to beat those teams. So eventually, you got to beat Man City. I mean, pour one out for Graham Potter's Chelsea career when he drew Man City away in both the cups, in the first round, in both of the cups. That is insanely bad luck. He will be seething watching this run and the draws that Pochettino's had with this Chelsea team. He will be thinking, you've got all the luck! Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Chelsea face Man City. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And let's speak about Raheem Sterling. Of course, the big topic of the moment, Raheem Sterling, Chelsea's, £47 million man, looked like a bargain at the time, over 100 Premier League goals. How old was he? 27, in his prime, from Man City, won multiple Premier Leagues, won multiple cups. Loads of experience at the top level, rarely ever injured, always fit and healthy, and is a real professional in terms of his training, looking after the youngsters, retaining tactical instruction. Coaches love him for that because he does what they tell him to. But he's been terrible. There's no escaping it. He's been awful. He had a sort of positive stint early doors in the Premier League season where both Jack Grealish and Marcus Rashford were still getting picks for England over him, where neither of them were in form, and Sterling was in form. This isn't a discussion about England, but it was just it's a reflection of there was a period this season where he played well for Chelsea. I don't want to rag on him too much. I will criticise him in a moment. I just want to reference, I listened to Nizar Kinsella on the Londoners Blue podcast, quite, defending Raheem a lot, saying that he's probably been, over the course of this season, in Chelsea's top 6, top 5 players. And I sort of was like, no, he's not. And then I thought about it. I've thought about the videos that I've made on this channel where I've done a deep dive on the Chelsea statistics using xvalue.ai, which is a paid service I pay for. And Raheem Sterling was dominating the top metrics with Nico Jackson for a long time. Of course, Cole Palmer overtook both of them. Now it's sort of like the two most productive players are, of course, Cole Palmer and Nico Jackson. Actually, Nico's very impressive. But Raheem Sterling is still littered among them here and there for like dribbles, entries into the box, expected assists, expected goals, He's still thereabouts, and he's played on the right, he's played on the left, he's played in the number 10. But that's as far as I can go with the praise. I do have sympathy, man, because he's clearly inside his own head. And if you look at his own social media, he posted on Instagram yesterday, apologising for the penalty miss. He didn't say, I had a shocker. Generally it was the penalty miss. Obviously he missed a free kick. That was a joke. A couple of other shots went, into the stratosphere as well. It was just a horror show, really, in terms of offensively. A coach might look at it differently and think, well, he's still doing the defensive work, he's still tracking back and occupying the spaces that I want him to, and Mudryk looks gas. Because also there's another thing about Mudryk. Of course, the Chelsea fans booed the substitution of Mudryk for, Carney Chukwuemeka at the time, instead of Raheem, and they booed the number coming up, and then when Mudryk was walking around Stamford Bridge, they were standing and applauding, almost like a Mexican wave. Now, great, Mudryk's excellent, he's been very exciting, but he doesn't finish games, and that's a fitness thing, I guess. Maybe he flags mentally as well. Maybe it's always the plan. I don't want to defend Pochettino because I said in my complete breakdown, read the room. Just keep Mudryk on, take Sterling off, for everyone's good. Even if Mudryk is flagging and you can see as a coach, which we don't see as fans, he's not doing what he's supposed to do and his energy's gone down. Because Chelsea fans or football fans generally, don't look at a player and go, he's no longer making those recovery inverted runs like he was in the first 60 minutes. We don't look at that, do we? We just look at the spectacle in the moment and get really excited. It's a coach's job to see that. So maybe Mudryk wasn't doing that and he needed to come off, and though Sterling was missing sitters and having these selfish moments, he was still doing the systemic team stuff. This is me massively playing devil's advocate here, by the way. But even if that's the case, there needs to be an element of Pochettino just playing the game and going, right, I can see what's happening here. Alright, just go to Jesus Perez, let's take off Sterling, for his own good as well. And obviously, I did feel bad when he came off, he got booed. Some Chelsea fans applauded him, he applauded back. And he looked on his social media, he apologised for the penalty miss, and all the Chelsea squad are understandably rallying around him to his defence. Even the point of Noni Madueke, having a go at Chelsea fans, shut up, you're part of the problem. To a Chelsea fan, which he's young Noni, he's 21. He'll learn not to have a go at Chelsea fans on social media. Support your friend, and then don't reply. Never reply. I'm a content creator. Never reply to the toxic comments because you get yourself in a whole load of trouble. Do you know what I mean? But I understand it because it's their mate. Apparently he is a professional, he's a nice guy, looks after the younger players. Carney Chukwuemeka is he's my big brother. They don't want to see everyone be mean to their big brother player. Do you know what I mean? So I get it. I feel sorry for the guy. I don't think Sterling is just come to Chelsea to get 300k a week and have a lovely old time in a retirement. I think he wants to do well. He did that amazing pre-season workout thing. He's in the shape of his life that he's ever been. He is trying. He's just clearly in his own head. He's not the kind of player that you can lean on. If he's not Eden Hazard, when the team's not doing well because, for one reason or another, in this current iteration of Chelsea is because it's a young team developing and they haven't really found themselves yet. You just, you drop 29-year-old Eden Hazard into, or 28, 27, that was the Sarri season, his best season. Drop him in amongst the kids, he will just sort of, have a good time, play and score loads of goals. And yeah, you can lean on him like that. Sterling's simply not that player, and never has been, by the way. He probably thought, oh yeah, I can go to Chelsea, this rebuild, and be that guy. I'm talented, I can score loads of goals. I had a season once under Guardiola where people were asking, could I reach Messi levels? Yes, that actually happened. I think it was a BT Sport interview with Pep Guardiola asking, can he get to the level of Messi? Raheem Sterling, guys, yes. So he probably thought, yeah, I could come to Chelsea and be the guy, score loads of goals. Remember, Tuchel loved Raheem Sterling. That was his number one primary target for transfer when he was like, I can get Sterling, I want him. Yes, I got Sterling at Chelsea. He loved it. Sterling's first media interview with Chelsea is, I'm going to keep banging in them goals, because he was obviously asked, just keep scoring at the consistent level you've done over your career at Liverpool and Man City and indeed England. If you keep doing that level at Chelsea, then great signing for us. And he hasn't done it. He's had moments. He's, like I said, he's not the guy. He can't play hero ball. Sterling is an excellent asset in a good team because he works hard, he's available, he retains tactical instruction, and if the team's good around him and the pressure's not on him, he will score. He will create cutbacks. He will score cutbacks. Of course, he did actually create an excellent assist in that game yesterday for Cole Palmer. It was a really good assist. He clearly can play, but when he's in his own psychological problems, that's his big downfall. Now, we wouldn't sign Raheem Sterling again with these sporting directors. He's 29 years old, he's on £300,000 a week, it just doesn't suit the new Project 2030 model, which of course is 25 or under, long contracts and low wages. So Raheem is on none of that. The truth is, guys, he's not going anywhere. This is what we needed to talk about and discuss. I feel bad for him, I do, man. Like, he's a senior player, but he's 6 years younger than me at the same time. I remember what I was like when I was 29. Like, I feel like I was a child still. I know he's got a wealth of experience, but this was supposed to be his move, coming back to London finally after being in the Midlands for so long, with Liverpool, Man City. Yeah, the wages are high, but he was worth those wages, Big super clubs would have analysed 27-year-old Raheem Sterling, not that high transfer fee because he only had 12 months left on his deal. This is what he's worth, because he scored all those goals, he's won all those Premier League titles, he plays for Guardiola, he's good, basically. He was always going to get paid a lot of money. But we're looking at that now with Noni Madueke probably on, what's Noni on, 70k a week, scoring an Eden Hazard wonder goal. Yes, he's still got loads of issues he needs to iron out in his general play. Similarly, we saw a wonder goal from Mudryk the other day. We ain't seen no wonder goals from Raheem Sterling. We've seen, a good goals, good assists, and a couple of great free kicks, but he's not dribbling people and putting it top bins. Do you know what I mean? Like these younger kids are. Pochettino likes him. Pochettino wants him still. He recognises what he can be in the front line as a senior player. And as much as I would like him to just go somewhere else and do well, and, even if he just sort of said, you know what, I've won loads of Prems, I scored over 100 Prem goals, I'm going to go and just get 400k a week in Saudi Arabia for a couple of years. If he could make that decision, I would give him my blessing and be like, okay, cool, and that works for us, we get money, we alleviate ourselves of massive wages, but it's simply not going to happen. He doesn't want to leave, understandably. His young family's in London, he likes Chelsea, he's trying really hard. And Chelsea don't want to sell him, apparently. That's like the thing that's really kind of like baking my noodle, as the Oracle said in The Matrix. Because he's on massive wages, his productivity level is at an all-time low. But maybe they see value in him on the training pitch and they still believe he can be good. I don't know. I think there will be another wave. It's not the end of Sterling here. I don't think he'll be a success at Chelsea, but I think Chelsea fans will hopefully see a few more wins, Chelsea play better, Sterling will be in and out, score the odd goal, and we'll just, understand he's going to be with us for at least another year. So we've got to support the player. That's the way it is. Anyway, let me know what you think. I've expressed all my thoughts on it. The club don't plan on selling him, probably recognise they would make a massive loss on the books. Pochettino likes him. The players, his teammates, all really like him. It's just the fans are rightly disappointed with his performances. He needs. I think more than anything else, he just needs a psychologist to just like take a breath, calm down, stop playing hero ball. Everything will be fine. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you guys back here very soon. Peace.